Hello friends, and welcome back to another installment of Spooktober, Inktober drawings that are very Halloween inspired. Today we have a witch who has crashed into a moon, which isn't very surprising if you buy into the idea that women are terrible drivers. What I really like about living in this day and age, although there's a ton of negative things about it, it really is a wonderful time to be able to come up with different ideas and different inspirations, because if you think back in the day, then you would really only have ideas about witches and fantasy things. But now we have all sorts of technology that we can combine to create new character designs and things like that. And you can also combine ideas like maybe in the future I would do like a futuristic witch, or all sorts of different things that people in the past wouldn't even be able to imagine. So I think this day and age is really the best that we're gonna get with in regards to the potential for technological changes, but also that we aren't too far away from the past to forget, all of these fairy tales. Because honestly, with how it is with kids and families and people not reading as much traditional media as they were before, it does make you think that perhaps fairy tales that we and our parents grew up with might not, even be in the consciousness of people in the future. So there might be ideas that fade away into the background. But luckily for me, I did grow up with fairy tales and vampires and witchy things, and now with technology and all these sorts of horror movies that talk about the dangers of technology and that sort of thing, then I really get the best of both worlds. So that's something that I'm going to keep in mind when making drawings in the future. Try and combine the past and the present, and maybe even trying to think about where technology will take us in the future. In regards to this drawing, I do think I need to try other things other than just these fine liners, because I think when it comes to filling in colour, it's not necessarily the best or the most visually appealing to do cross hatching and the techniques that I'm using here. So I'm going to try and introduce some felt pens and pencils and perhaps even some watercolour. Obviously not on this paper's too thin, but some watercolour on watercolour paper. So I'll be trying that out in the next drawing and seeing how that goes, and then it might be a good idea to redo this drawing so that's a little bit more visually appealing, the colours pop a wee bit, but we'll see how that goes. There's also the possibility of doing a painting instead of drawing, and just trying out different things. But I really like the idea behind this one, so I'm glad that I stuck with it, and we'll see what happens later on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Hey door!